Hey friends, how you doing today? Because I'm nervous. But we all know that's not the elephant in the room that I'm addressing today because you read the title. We all know why we're gathered here, okay? I might nervous shit. It's not a joke. But seriously, I have refilmed this video and come out to my camera far too many times to be comfortable now. My camera's like, I get it, you're gay. And there we go, that's the announcement. Rip the band-aid off. I'm gay. Surprise! Although I don't know if it's much of a surprise given how many comments I get on my Instagram now telling me how gay I've been looking. So I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, as that is quite literally the best compliment I could have ever received. I strive to look gay. The gayer the better. Isn't that what they all say? Oh no, that's just the gays. But on a serious note, I know a lot of you guys are curious what I label my sexuality, and to be honest with you guys, I don't. Sexuality to me isn't always black and white, and I do think it could be fluid. To make it easier on people, I typically just say I'm bisexual. However, I'm pretty sure the technical term I would be labeled as would be pansexual because I am attracted to all genders. But like I said, labels are confusing and it's not something that I'm stressing over or trying to fully figure out, because at the end of the day, I know what I like no matter what a label says. So with that being said, what does liking all genders mean? Kind of exactly what it sounds like. I like all genders. And to clarify, I want to tell you what it doesn't mean. It doesn't mean that I'm attracted to everyone that walks by. Just like how every straight woman sure as hell is not attracted to every man that walks by. Liking all genders also does not mean that I need to be in a relationship with multiple people at one time. However, I think that's sick as fuck and I don't hate on it. Anyway, I do have a preference and I feel like it's gonna shock a lot of you guys because you only know me married to a man. But come on guys, I got a divorce. Not kidding, but kidding. But my preference is definitely to women, but I'm still attracted to all genders. Whomever I end up with, if they are not a woman, I will still be just as happy. It just means that I typically have more girl crushes. And just to clear anything up, this does not mean I'm confused. And if things change in the future, I want to remind you that sexuality can be fluid. It doesn't mean I was confused now, it just might mean that I like something different later on. Or my sexuality might just stay the same, no one knows, but understand how telling somebody that they are confused invalidates them completely. It's a lose-lose situation where you're too gay for the straights and not gay enough for the gays. So if you take anything from this video, please take that, because coming out to someone takes a lot of guts. So let's all just try to be respectful to one another. And now let's explain why it took me 22 freaking years to get out of the goddamn closet. But if we're gonna do that, we gotta rewind it back and give you some backstory. My mom was a single mom, and my grandma and my uncle pitched in a lot and really helped raise me. My uncle was gay, out and proud, and threw up rainbows. Oh look, runs in the family, ha ha ha. And thankfully, he did a lot of the hard work way before I was even born on educating my mom and grandma about the LGBTQ community. However, this did not make them experts. And before we go any further, my family's watching this right alongside you guys. I've only told a handful of people, and a lot of people are going to be finding out by watching this video. I wanted to keep this as honest as possible, and this is not to throw anybody's name under the bus. And I know I could find it in my heart to forgive a lot of things that were said or done, as long as they're educating themselves now. That doesn't mean that I think that any of this was right at all, but at the end of the day, I think it just stems from ignorance. And the great thing about ignorance is that it doesn't have to stay like that forever. You can get educated and you can change. I'm not going to be naming names of who exactly said what, but it is all very important because it is part of my coming out story. And I hope that somebody could watch this and it helps them and they don't feel alone, because you're not. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's deep dive right into this shit. So obviously, growing up with a gay uncle, I was familiar with the LGBTQ community, and you would think that that would give me a space where I would feel comfortable to come out in. No. It's like some people in my family were accepting of parts of the LGBTQ community because of my uncle, but not the entire community. There was a lot of homophobic comments and behavior shown that made me feel like I just had to bury this part of me because it wasn't actually fully accepted. A small example would be if we're watching TV and two women were kissing, you know, the channel would get flipped or the TV would turn off, but if it were two men kissing, it was fine. I don't understand. It was expressed multiple times. Females kissing, females having sex was just a very uncomfortable topic in conversation. It was very confusing because on the outside they would preach acceptance, but it was the small things that would just keep adding up. I think they truly did think that they were being accepting. I mean, I don't know. And this is why it's so important to watch how you speak or react to certain things in front of your kids, because they hold on to that. I remember all the way back in elementary school getting butterflies from girls, but do you think I felt comfortable coming out? No. And I think just for the longest time, I picked the easier route because I liked all genders. Why not go for the gender that society accepts the most? And it's funny because I convinced myself so hard that I was just an ally for so many years, it still made me subconsciously push that part of me further down and reject it. I remember one time a friend came out in front of family members and they were literally told that they were just confused. I remember my friend being a badass, by the way, and continuously fighting for what she knew and kept explaining that no, she was bisexual. She was not confused, and comments were continuously made. And even after that experience, I was told to watch out getting dressed in front of her because, oh no, she's got the gay. Is it contagious? Oh my god. Well, guess what? Didn't work. Dang nabbit, shouldn't have changed in front of her. Like, what? And it's really sad because I think a lot of people think that we live in a really accepting world, and comparatively to the past, yes, we have grown, but we still have so much work to do. I remember in school, a teacher straight up saying being gay was a sin. He would preach his religion, so much so that I knew more about his beliefs than the actual subject that he was teaching. We need to do better. And that's a big reason why I wanted to come out now. Not just to be open with who I am, but to educate people. Because who we choose to love should have never been this big of an issue. And it's so sad because my uncle and grandma will never know this side of me because they passed away before I felt comfortable in who I was because society told me I couldn't be comfortable in who I was. Even when I came out to my ex, he used extreme measures to try to manipulate me and hide that part of me again. And I did, but that's a whole nother video. I've had friends that have come out to me, but were too scared to tell their boyfriend because they were in a toxic relationship and they were afraid that they would no longer be able to hang out with any of their girlfriends because there's this stigma that, you know, once you like women, you like all women apparently. So that made me want to come out to them so they could tell their boyfriend so then they can't be friends with me? No. And that's a lot more common than what you would think. But I'm so proud of myself for overcoming that and learning how to love and accept myself. Now I just have to tell my mom, so stay tuned for that shit show. And expect a lot of gay videos. Guys, I've been quiet for 22 years. I've got a lot of gay to come out. My DMs are always open. Don't feel pressure to come out until you're ready to share that part of you. Look at me, I did it after a whole ass marriage and 2 kids 22 years later. Surprised I got through this video without crying. I'm honestly really proud. And without shitting my pants. Holy crap, that is a win. So yeah, I hope you like this video. I love you guys so much and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.